So my name is Mehdi Mekni. I'm a associate professor of computer science cybersecurity at the University of New Haven, West Haven, Connecticut. I'm also the director of the computer science program and the coordinator of this program, the GenCyber Teacher Academy. This is our second year creating this professional development for teachers initially in Connecticut. Now we are actually growing in order is basically to train and to provide educational materials, equipments to teachers who are interested into embedding cybersecurity education in their classroom. Now, the first edition of the GenCyber Teacher Academy was in summer 2022. The number of seats is very limited. It's funded by the NSA and NSF. It's part of the GenCyber program. This year we are, as I mentioned, we are reaching out to all the Northeast region. This is a commuter professional development program for those who might be asking about housing or accommodations related to the 1 week summer camp. It's actually a commuter program, but I have a nice surprise for you guys with respect to benefits. So the program focus on 5 key modules: networking, cybersecurity awareness, cryptography, social engineering, and programming using Python. The participants will have the opportunity to benefit from $1,500 stipends. We wanted to be generous with our teachers and incentivize them to be part of this unique 1 week training activity during the summer. We know how important summer is for our teachers, and we wanted them to get the best out of this experience. In addition to the $1,500 stipend that we are offering, we are also offering a free Chromebook. We are offering all the lesson plans that have been created and will be created during this professional developments. As part of the activity that the teachers will be doing is actually to build lesson plans in order to embed cybersecurity in their field of expertise. Of course, the certificate of participation and the membership within or in the GenCyber teacher learning community that is growing. So every year we will be growing that learning community, and we have participants from code.org, from the Department of Education, from all the private and public sectors, basically. If you go to the website, I'm going to shoot the website if it is possible on the chat for you to freely browse the website. You will see a couple of activities that we have done last year as part of that GenCyber 2022. We actually announced 25 seats last year. We had 85 applicants, and we are looking forward to demonstrate NSA and NSF that the Northeast deserves more seats than just 25 seats. So I'm counting on you to share the word out there. One important aspect that I would like to talk about is actually eligibility. As this is federal money and the NSA, NSF are quite strict on the rules of acceptance of candidates. Candidates must be a US citizen or permanent resident. This is very important to mention here. And the application is actually very easy. I mean, if you hit the application or apply form on the top right of the website, you will land on the application form. It's 2 minutes max to fill in. And the only thing that will remain or will be needed is actually an endorsement letter or recommendation letter from your supervisor that you can provide anytime after. You don't have to wait on your application in order for you to submit that application. Number of seats is limited again. I want to insist on that, but this is the first time Rhode Island, the Computer Science Teacher Association Rhode Island chapter invited me over, so I am holding a few seats in order to allocate to people who are interested from Rhode Island. So hurry up, number of seats is limited. And I'm all yours, guys, if you have any question for me. I will also, if you allow me, to drop the flyer that includes the QR code that you guys can use through a mobile phone or share with your colleagues or with people you might think of that might benefit from this. Prior knowledge of computer science is not required. And we have had teachers, math teachers, science teachers, I mean, all STEM background is sufficient in order for students to be part of this experience. The program is 3 parts. They're going to be 8 hours remote, fully online, self-paced onboarding, basically introduction to each of the 5 topics that I mentioned. And then we're going to have the summer camp. It's an in-person program. It happens on the wonderful campus of University of New Haven. If you've never been to our campus, it would be a pleasure for me to give you a tour and show you around. So the summer camp is going to happen between the 10th and the 14th of July on campus. And then there are going to be 4 follow-up workshops, again, virtually, online, inviting speakers from industry, from the government to talk about the computer science, the cybersecurity, talk about case studies and trends in the fields to keep you up with the technology. If you look at the schedule, and this is a tentative schedule, this is basically what we offered last year. But if you look at it, it has been designed actually in a way that it helps our participants to keep up with the pace, and it's basically a 1-day theme. So 5 days, Monday through Friday. We start with cybersecurity awareness, then programming, cryptography, networking, and we finish with the social engineering. 1 theme per day. Every day we're going to have a guest speaker who would come and talk to our participants. You will see an example of the guest speakers that we invited from last edition. We had Jackie, of course, the president or the vice president of CSTA Connecticut, Susan, hopefully Stephanie, and we had Jennifer from the Department of Education here in Connecticut. We had people from industry who came talk to our teachers, and the list will be growing in the coming weeks. So to summarize, if you are looking for a week of fun and meaningful engaging experience in cybersecurity, and you are interested into embedding components of teaching, it doesn't have to be a course, it could be a lesson or a set of activities with your students. If you would like to get $1,500 and a new Chromebook to start the new academic year with, please be our guests and go ahead, apply for our program. Looking forward to see you all. And again, Joe and everyone here, thank you very much for having me over to talk about the GenCyber Teacher Academy.
Well, thank you so much for speaking tonight. And all right, somebody did already answer the question. I just wanted to confirm it is in person. And Dr. Sonia.
Oh, I see actually my teachers, my lead instructor is with us today. We were having issues with the link early. So let me introduce.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, let me introduce Liberty Page. She's a lecturer of cybersecurity, and she's leading many of the cybersecurity initiatives at the University of New Haven, the SFS program. Liberty, I'm gonna leave the floor for you if you want to add a few things about the program, please.
Yeah, so first and foremost, I'm a professionally certified secondary ed teacher in the state of Connecticut. I taught secondary science for about 10 years, so I've been in the classroom, I'm experienced. Second of all, a faculty member in computer science and cybersecurity here at the university. We've done the GenCyber student camp, and then last year, the teacher camp. So we've been doing this for the last, since 2017. In addition, I've run cybersecurity boot camps. I've run on-ground cybersecurity competitions. I have a research group in digital forensics, an area of cybersecurity, and I teach in the realm as well. So, you know, Mehdi has been kind enough to include me in this project, and we're delighted to serve teachers. It is our passion to increase the diversity and the inclusion of people in this industry and help defend our nation. I've also trained the National Guard. I trained all of New England's National Guard members. That's not true. I've trained Guard members from all of New England states, plus some reservists and some Coast Guard members last summer and the summer before in industrial control system incident response, which is an area that people are particularly worried about because of critical infrastructure. So that's me.
All right, thank you, Paige.
Yeah.
All right, if we have no further questions, we'll move on to our.
One question I have is, with that training, is it then allows you to teach a curriculum, or it's just a sort of awareness training?
Were you able to hear that question?
No, actually, if you can repeat the question, I think.
So he wants to know, when you're done with this, is there a curriculum that he's going to start using in his classroom, or is it more of just an awareness? And I guess another question might be, it is in person, so is there room and board included, or is that something the teacher has to pay if they need? Excellent
question. So I will address the format of the program as I'm coordinating the program, and I will let Liberty chime in the lesson plan and the curriculum developments, as that's her area of expertise. So the program, as I explained earlier, is actually 3 phases. We have the pre-program, the summer program, and the post-program. The pre-program equivalent of 8 hours starting early June, and it's actually your own pace, reading documents, taking quizzes, a few games that we offer in order to onboard you on each of those 5 modules that we are offering. So that's fully online through Google Classroom. It doesn't require any physical interaction. The summer program is actually a 1-week commuter in-person training, which means it happens from Monday to Friday on our campus at the University of New Haven, starting from 9 in the morning till 4:35 p.m. We provide, of course, breakfast, lunch, and coffees. We got very good comments, by the way, from our participants on the quality of the food we provide. Just an incentive, another incentive. All right, and in addition to that, we have those activities, basically more concepts in the morning and hands-on activities and projects in the afternoon. And that's what Liberty will talk about in terms of lesson plans. And after that week of in-person interaction, there will be 4 follow-up workshops fully online. Does not require any physical interactions. And these are basically opportunities to meet and discuss according to a specific agenda, having people from industry or from the government to come and animate, facilitate those meetings. As far as lesson plans now and curriculum, Liberty, this is your area of expertise, please.
So there's a couple of things. The Center of Academic Excellence Community, which we are part of, has developed the RING program. This is a K-12 curriculum. It has specific lesson plans. It's comprehensive. I put the link in the chat, and you can sign up to access it for free. So there's a few different options of how you interact with Ring, and I'll talk about that at the summer camp at length. If you want to, if you want to reach out to me, we could potentially arrange to have someone from Ring come to one of your meetings if that was something that was highly of interest.
Okay.
And what about the
okay,
plans?
Yeah,
the lesson plans that participants themselves build.
There's an N at the end of New Haven. So that's one path. For every unit that you're learning, we're going to give you lesson planning time. You're required to do a minimum of 2, but we had instructors do as many as 10 activities or more during the summer program, so you have ample lesson planning time where you could do 1 or 2 lesson plans based on what you learned. I share all my materials with you, so you can adapt them for your own classroom. There would, any one day, because of its length, would lend itself to, I think, a week of instruction at a minimum, and then could be expanded upon.
Correct. And collectively, guys, remember, each participant will produce lesson plans of his own interest based on his own expertise. But at the end of the week, they're going to be a pool of lesson plans that will be available and accessible for free to all the participants to pick from, to experiment, to try, to beef, to enrich, depending on your context. We know that every school, every classroom, every teacher is unique, and the successful implementation of a lesson plans is a combination of all these characteristics.